What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and gotta say I'm pretty frustrated with the game today. Yeah, I mean this is a chance for us to get 3 points against our rivals at their place, a chance to go above Man U again, at least for now. But yeah, it's a chance for us to take advantage of an Arsenal team that haven't really been playing their best. They've had a couple good games here and there, but overall they've definitely not been at their best, and we've showed it today again that they're not. They're not one of the better teams in the league. Their defense is crap. Their attack is at times, and it's really only two players. You take one of those two off, and you've lost a lot. And we didn't take it to them. We had two players today that showed that they don't deserve to be in the starting team. Yeah, it's a frustrating day. So first of all, let's talk about the lineup. In my opinion, not a bad lineup. I mean, it's enough changes from the last game to sort of make sense. We gave some players a rest in that game, and then we brought some players in for this one that needed to come in. Players like Hazard, like Fabregas, and Christensen. So yeah, we bring those players in. Okay. But then, when you get into the second half, this is where the problem starts. Because Conte, for some reason, this season in particular, his subs have made little to no sense, for the most part. Some subs have been very, very good. Some of them have been terrible. In my opinion, all three subs today didn't make a whole lot of sense. First of all, Bakayoko should have been the first one off the field. I'm not one of the Chelsea fans that's going to say he's a flop. I still think give him a chance. But right now he's showing he's got a lot of naivete. And especially against the top six teams, he struggled. He struggled again today. So why is he still on the field? The better question is, why is Moses always subbed off for Zappacosta in every single game? Yes, Zappacosta set up the second goal with an assist. Nice little turn on Maitland-Niles. But here's the problem. His lack of pressure sets up their second goal. So why? Why on earth is that the first sub? I don't understand. I don't get why Conte. I mean, is it because he's Italian? If so, you're racist. Just because he's in the same country, from the same country as you, that's racism. You're showing favoritism to somebody because of their nationality, and that's wrong. Moses does not deserve to be playing underneath Zappacosta. Zappacosta should not be coming on for Moses. It's a waste of a sub. It takes away a player that has a lot of energy and brings on a player that's he's okay. He's good on the ball. He doesn't help you at all defensively, but yeah, he's okay on the ball. That's not what we need on the right wing back. We need a player who's going to get up and down the line, who's going to help out defensively, and who's going to get down the line and attack. Moses does that very well. Zappacosta only does one of those things very well. Second, you take off Fabregas, you bring on Drinkwater. Not saying Drinkwater doesn't deserve to come on. Fabregas is not the one you take off. Bakayoko's still on the field. There's still a problem. Defensively, you've got a problem. Because he's not doing defensive work. But he stays on. Last sub, Willian for Hazard. Doesn't make any sense. Willian deserves to be coming on the field. Hazard does not. Hazard has worked his ass off today. He does not deserve to be coming off. Bakayoko's still on the field. Murata's still on the field. You've wasted 3 subs, brought on 2 people who deserved it, and took off 3 people that didn't deserve it. And in my opinion, that's wrong. It hurts us. It makes us look like we are just barely above Arsenal. And honestly, for parts of the game today, Arsenal looked the better team. And a lot of that was down to the fact that Bakayoko wasn't doing anything. So Conte and Fabregas are now 2 against 3 instead of what should have been 3 against 3. We pretty much played a man down defensively today because Bakayoko didn't do anything. So why did he continue to play? If there's one thing that I know Conte wants on his team, it's a player who's going to work defensively. It's a player who's going to work his butt off, run down every ball, put pressure on somebody, make sure they don't have time and space on the ball. Bakayoko does none of that. I cannot tell you how many times Ozil was just in so much space because Bakayoko's not tracking. Because he's not following him. He's not looking to where he was. No, it's just he's walking. He's jogging around. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it's bizarre that Conte does not see that. So, let's talk about individual performances because, I mean, my goodness. If you haven't already figured out who I'm going to complain about, you should already know. First of all, Courtois made some really good saves first half. The two goals, first one, not much he can do about it. It was just, it was a great, well, it wasn't really a great shot. It was a lucky shot, to be honest. Like, Wilshere just threw his foot at it, happened to catch it just right to sort of bend it away from him and hit that corner of or side of the post. So, not much he can do on that one. Second one, maybe could have read it a bit sooner, saw that he was going towards that far post and sort of moved his feet a bit more. I don't know. It's another difficult one. It's coming through bodies as well, so I'm not really going to complain about him missing it, especially because he did make some good saves in the first half. But anyway, defensively, I thought we were pretty solid today. I mean, they should have had quite a few more goals, but thankfully, our defense was pretty strong. Spilicueta played really well defensively. Had to track down Alexis Sanchez quite a bit. That's not an easy thing to do, and he did his job very well. Always in a good position to put pressure on him, making sure he didn't have a lot of time to run. Kind of like how Hazard does. If you give him space to run, he's just gonna take it and go, and there's not much stopping him after that. Sanchez is similar in that you can't just let him have space to dribble. You got to shut him down. So Spilicueta did that very well. Christensen also very strong in the middle. Had to cut out a few really good passes in behind for Lacazette to keep him from being through on goal. Did it very well. Once again, looked very strong, looked very solid for such a young defender. I'm loving having him in the center of the three because he's doing a really good job back there. And Cahill also defensively looked pretty good today. Good strong blocks, very solid for the most part. Only a couple times his speed caught up to him, but in both of those instances, Christensen was there to cover, so it didn't really hurt us. So yeah, I thought the back three was very solid today. Wingbacks wise, Moses I thought worked his butt off again today. Not very effective again in the final third, but still putting himself in good positions and causing Maitland-Niles to have to run. He didn't really have a lot of relaxation time today. And I think that does play in when Zappacosta comes in second half. It shows. Maitland-Niles is having to defend against a fresh player. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with the decision. I still think it's dumb to take off a player like Moses for Zappacosta, but I do think it helps Zappacosta whenever Moses has run Maitland-Niles to death today. Yeah, now Zappacosta has a bit more, I guess, leeway going up against a ragged defender. So, Alonso had a couple good moments, good finish on the goal, good putting himself in a good position for it, but still overall just kind of hit and miss. A few moments where he'll do something good and then his pass is terrible, or he dribbles into pressure, or he gets knocked off the ball too easily. I'm not seeing enough from him. I'm not seeing enough overall in his game to say we're good with Alonso back there. I'm still thinking we need to go get somebody else. Into the middle, Conte in the middle of the three worked his butt off. I hate it for him. I hate it for him that he's working so hard. He's creating good chances from his good, strong challenges, helping our team get in the attack so quickly, and not enough finishing up top. I hate it for him. Same for Fabregas. I mean, my goodness, I don't think I've ever seen Fabregas have to put in so much defensive work. And he even got a yellow card today for a great tackle because Anthony Taylor's an idiot, but I'll talk about him in a second. I mean, just really, really worked hard today. Defensively, and then when he got on the ball, good passes, looking over the top quite a few times. And, I mean, both of them worked very hard today. And that's why having Bakayoko as the other of those three really pisses me off. Because he did nothing defensively. When he got on the ball, okay. Got in some good positions in the box. Maybe should have had a goal at one point. But aside from that, I mean, literally, it was just 3 or 4 times that happened. Aside from that, he was not involved. And when he was involved, it was because he was letting them have space, so he's creating a chance for them. So yeah, I'm not happy with Bakayoko right now. I'm not going to say, I know a lot of Chelsea fans have been calling flop this entire season. I'm not one of those people. I've got to see a lot of instances like this for you to get on my bad side. Cahill and Alonso have had plenty of moments where they've done stuff like this. That's why I'm so pissed with them most of the time. Bakayoko, this is the second game that he's been like this, where he's just ineffective, doing nothing in the midfield, hurting us. Second game this season. It's not good enough. I mean, he's young, he has room to grow, but we need somebody in there that's not going to give us nothing. So right now, I say don't go with the midfield three. I say stick with your 3-4-3. Put Pedro or Willian in behind Murata and Hazard. Let them be kind of the third midfielder that gets up and down because they're going to do it more than Bakayoko. Heck, they're going to put in more challenges than Bakayoko did for sure. So yeah, not a good game from him. In fact, probably I don't know if it's worse than the other game. I can't remember what game that is now. I think it may have been the West Ham game. But I mean, I think that game was a little bit worse, but this is still another really terrible game from him, and it hurt us today. I mean, Ozil, if you give him space, yeah, he's going to hurt you. If you don't give him space, he's going to turn off because that's the type of player Ozil is. We let him have space because Bakayoko did nothing defensively. He let him have space in behind. It should have been, hey, Bakayoko, stick to him. Don't let him have space. But no, it's just jogging around, standing, watching. How many times did Moses and Zappacosta end up one-on-one with a defender or with a player coming down the side, and Bakayoko's just standing top of the box, not marking anybody? Give support. Help them out. Do something. But no, just standing there. So yeah, not happy with Bakayoko today. Front two, Hazard did about as much as he could. I mean, my goodness, set up Murata so many times, set up so many chances, for one for Fabregas that he whiffed at, and got a penalty that he finished and equalized for us. I mean, my goodness, just did everything he could today. And I hate it for him. And what makes it even worse is all this talk that, oh, he's not happy at Chelsea. He wants to go to Real Madrid. Games like this where he puts in everything he can and we still tie, that's not a reason for him to stay. That's a reason for him to say, you know what? Yeah, my teammates are crap right now. So God, that's why I'm so pissed with Murata today. I mean, he could have had a hat trick. Should have had a hat trick. 3 clear-cut chances. Missed all 3. One was well wide. It wasn't even like he tried to curl it and it hit the post or just wide of the... No, he missed a good 5... I don't know if it's 5 yards. 3 yards away from the post. Good distance away. 1-on-1 with Czech to win the game right after they equalized 2-2. Ball over the top. You're 1-on-1 with Czech. Take the ball. Drag it around Czech. Make him foul you. Make him miss. Do something. No, let's just lob it right into his hands. If you want to be a good striker, you got to finish 1-on-1 chances. You have to. If you get 2 1-on-1 chances, you have to finish one of them if you want to be considered a good striker. To miss 3 1-on-1 chances today? No. Not good enough. Not good enough. And the problem is, Batman didn't come on. The striker we went and got in the summer didn't show up today. Let's give our other striker a chance. Nope. No sub for Batman. Why? Explain that to me. Explain how a striker like Murata can go and miss so many clear-cut chances and Batman's still sitting on the bench. There's no explanation for it. What it is you don't have faith in your players. You don't have faith in Batman to get the job done. And don't get me wrong, it's not like he's a great striker, but give him a chance. Especially today, after what Murata did, after the misses he had, you got to give Batman a chance. Now, I'm not saying completely snub Murata and just destroy his morale. I'm not saying that at all. You want to keep his morale up. But after a game like that, you got to say, all right, look, there's got to be consequences. You know, we can't have that. We can't have you blowing chances for us because that doesn't help us. That just hurts us. So, yeah. I'm frustrated with Murata for the missed chances. I'm frustrated with Conte for not giving Batman a chance and just keeping him on the bench and not just saying, hey, Murata, you got this. You're good. Yeah, go ahead. Miss those chances. You're good. We still trust you. I mean, at some point, he's got to realize, hey, I'm doing something wrong. And he's got to change. He's not changing. He's still not changing. Still not changing. So, let's talk about the subs. Zappacosta came on. I mean, like I said, he brings the attacking side but doesn't bring the defensive side. Good run on the to set up the goal. I mean, it was really nice little trickery to get around Maitland-Niles. Nice ball in for Alonso, but closed down the cross. In fact, it was 3 or 4 times Alonso and Zappacosta both didn't close down the cross. So ball in, gets around to the other side, ball in, gets around to the other side, ball in, gets around to the other side, ball in, headed down from Alonso, and then Bellerin finishes. I mean, at some point you got to close down the cross. You can't keep letting them have this time after time after time after time. So, in my opinion, if you're going to bring somebody on and we're going to be up a goal, I expect them to do the defensive work. I expect them to close down the ball and make sure they don't have a lot of time on it. Zappacosta didn't do that, so I'm frustrated with him. Yes, he got the assist, but I still want to see more defensive work out of him. I want to see him doing that side of the game. Because Moses does it. He's not a great defender, but he does the work. I don't see Zappacosta doing that. Drinkwater came in. He worked hard. I think he did a pretty good job in there. He didn't do anything like extremely special when he came on, but he worked hard in there. And I appreciate that. But I think if you bring him on for Bakayoko, now you've got him doing the hard work that Bakayoko isn't. You got Fabregas also doing hard work, but providing a lot more going forward. I think we keep the ball a lot more. But like I said, Conte, for some reason, decides, no, I'm going to take off one hard-working midfielder with a little bit of attacking intent for another hard-working midfielder with a little bit of attacking intent. Because like-for-like switch. It's exactly what we didn't need any tactical changes, even though Arsenal were pretty much taking it to us for most of the second half. And then last up, Willian comes on. The only problem I have with Willian is that he was on too late, and that's not his fault. He should have been the first sub, and it should have been for Bakayoko. But we waited. He comes on when we're equalized 1-1 and shows almost instantly, within 2 minutes, I think, why he should have been on. Great ball out to Zappacosta. And then he ends up doing well to get the ball in. But that ball out, he could have been doing that the entire game. His hard work to win the ball, he could have been doing that most of the second half. Why wasn't he playing sooner? Here's the thing. Fabregas, Conte, Willian. Why does that not work? I mean, I realize he's more of a wing player, but you know what? He's going to work. He's going to put in good challenges. He's going to deliver great balls. What is Bakayoko bringing? Nothing. So in my opinion, as frustrated as I am getting with Bakayoko and Murata, it's down to Conte today. He's got to make the decisions. He's got to put on the players that are going to help us, and he didn't. He kept on 2 players that didn't do a thing for us today, kept Willian off the field for forever, and didn't even let Batman get a chance. That's on him. Those decisions are on him, and he didn't do the job to help us get the win today. He did just enough to get us the tie, and we didn't need that today. Yes, we'll take it because it's on the road. I would have taken it at the beginning of the game, but throughout the game, I'm watching, and I'm thinking we could be doing so much better if he'd make these changes, if he'd make the right changes, if he'd take off the problem players. And that's my frustration today. Yes, we'll take a tie. I'll take it. Whatever. We got 2 goals. We managed to stay tied. We came back from 1-0 down. I'll take that. But I'm disappointed because it could have been better. Because we should be better. Especially because we're pretty much everybody's finally started to realize Man U's dropping right now. Yes, they got a win yesterday against Everton, but I mean, honestly, they're not doing very well. Mourinho's starting to lose it a little bit, kind of like he did with his first season with us. We're the best team poised right now to take the fight to Man City if they could drop some more points here and there. But the problem is, they tie, we win. Oh, look at that, 2 more points. They win, we tie. Now it's back to the same. We got a problem. Man U's ahead of us again by a point. We got a problem. And it shouldn't have happened because we should have won today. And that's all I have to say about it. Last thing, I guess, just real quick to talk about because referees are also part of the game. But I feel like I'm a little too frustrated right now to talk about the referee, but I'm going to try to talk about him with just, obviously my bias. But, I mean, in all honesty, he had a bad game today. Fabregas' yellow card wasn't deserved at all. Wilshere should have been sent off for simulation. for the one challenge where Christensen steps in, then he drags his foot and forces the contact and goes over. Should have been a second yellow for simulation. Mustafi had some horror scissor challenge on Hazard, not even carded. Holding had a terrible challenge on Murata, no card, and then terrible challenge right after that on Fabregas. Oh, there's your card. Should have been a second yellow. So yeah, just it was pretty one sided today. You know, he yes he carded some Arsenal players, but it was like it was pretty. You had to be very very forceful to get a yellow card today from him if you were Arsenal, and then just some really bad calls on the other side. The penalty, I'll talk about that as well. It was a little bit soft. I see why he gave it. He saw the contact on Hazard's foot. There was contact, but I mean it wasn't enough for a penalty in my opinion. But I think you know I can see why he gave it. I don't. There's no ban coming for Hazard. If there's a ban coming, then the FA is completely biased because then I'm going to take you back through all of Man City's penalties, all the Sterling flops, all the De Bruyne flops, and then all hell's going to break loose from where I'm concerned. But yeah, so I just thought it was a really bad game. It was very one sided, and that happens sometimes. You know, the home fans get in the ref's ear, and he just starts calling it one way. That happened today. So. But anyway, that's all from me. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What were your thoughts on today's game? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Chelsea reviews. I'll see you guys in the next game. Peace out.